All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for Off the Top Sportscast. I'm John, and that is Roy. And today's topic is going to be about NFL coaches and who might be on the hot seat and fired. Who's fired this year? But first and foremost, please, everybody, subscribe. Go ahead, hit the like button. It should be right down here on the right hand side of your button. Just hit the little red subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We're doing real good. A lot of views, but we don't get the subscribers that the views are showing. So please, if you view us, if you like us, go ahead and subscribe. Roy, what is our topic again? What was your thought behind this topic?
The topic is this year's been crazy. We could talk about a whole bunch of different topics about the NFL, but again, who's on the hot seat? Who's fired? That's what we're talking about of the coaches. And we're going to kind of go right down them, run them down. They're in or they're out. Fired. That's what we're going to say. So let's go down. Let's start it up from scratch. Let's start from the top. Probably one of the considered the number one coach right now for the Chiefs, Andy Reid.
Nah, he's safe. I think Andy Reid, first of all, he's got a lot of cachet there. And for what they're doing with the team they've got, I don't think they can be asking for anything more.
He's staying in. Next one, Ravens, Harbaugh.
I think that's the same thing, man. I think they're probably looking better than before. Their passing game is coming into frame. I think he gets a grace period, and I think he might be one of the longest tenured coaches. I think he's like the third longest tenured coach out there.
Yeah, with the Ravens, they gave Lamar a big contract. He really hasn't lived up to his contract. But still, that's not Harbaugh's fault. I still think he has the grace period that they're going to give him some slack for, again, not a bad year, but not a good year. I expected more.
Just think about what Lamar is doing with one wide receiver, the rookie, Zay Flowers. If they just keep on building on that and they have to leave Odell go, let the old go and try to get young, I think, but none of that is what, like you said, it's nothing decision-making wise.
Let's go with the Buffalo Bills. McDermott.
Nah, I know there's been a lot of talk, but the whole Buffalo Bills organization right now is built on two guys, and that's Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott. And so I love all our Bills players, but really right now, there's three pieces of this Bills team that shouldn't go anywhere, and that's A1, Josh Allen, 2, McDermott, 3, Beane, and then everybody else. If you got a problem with the organization, get the bricks. That's how I feel about it. So
I agree. Eagles, Sirianni. Is that how
no? Sirianni, yeah. No, I think he's good. I think they're doing well. I think everybody's kind of talking like Jalen Hurts has like a step back this year. But really what happened is he stepped hugely forward last year. So I think he's just going back to kind of more what we've seen for the last couple of years, but still winning games. So what's the most important part of this whole aspect? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So again, the coach is in or is he fired?
He's in.
He's in. Let's go 49ers. Shanahan.
He's in.
He's in, right? Patriots, Belichick.
So I think for me, the Patriots coach, Bill Belichick, is in. Patriots general manager, Bill Belichick, is fired. So I don't know what that means for them. Do you feel the same way?
I tell you this is the way I feel. I give Belichick, and this is what's got 2 more years. Probably on that next third year, they're going to start talking general manager. And then Belichick, because of his ego, is going to say, I'm out. So 3 years. And it may be just on the second year, because next year and then one more, I guarantee you something's going to happen. And I think Belichick is out 2 more years.
Okay.
Rams, McVay.
Well,
Let's make it simple. Fired or in?
I think he's in.
I think he's in. I think they love him. I think they love him. Yeah, listen, championship, he's in. He's got some play, right?
Yeah, and truthfully, the way that they worked their salary cap and everything, what coach is going to want to walk into that mess? They've created a mess. It's coming home to roost. And who wants to now take in? It's just like the Saints, you know what I mean?
All right. So he's in.
Yeah,
Another long timer. Steelers, Tomlin.
Tomlin's in. I think he's doing a good job. I don't know what people's problem is. I don't think he has the talent. I think Steelers fans need to get used to the notion that you're going to trade Najee Harris this year coming up. I think they should trade him for the deadline. Oops, sorry, I forgot I had a mic on. I think they should trade him for the deadline, but Najee's not it. But Tomlin definitely is it.
Jaguars, Peterson.
I think he's killing it right now.
He's great. I think he's one of the better coaches right now with what he's got, to tell you the truth. And it's not like he's got nobody, but he's got good squad.
Yeah, and right now they're getting hit a little bit with the injury bug, so we'll see how that how that plays out for the rest of their season. But that's how the NFL is. Injuries help.
Broncos, fired or in?
Well, he just got there, so I'm going to say he's in.
I agree.
I don't think he should have been hired, but that's a different conversation. I think he's going to stay in.
I think he's in. Seahawks, Pete Carroll.
I think Pete is there as long as he wants to be there. He's doing a phenomenal job with the cast of characters he has. He has a young defense that he just constructed literally in one draft, hit on every draft pick.
All right.
I don't know what else you could ask for him.
All right, now we're going to get a little bit to the nitty gritty. He's going to start to get to something.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Taylor, Bengals.
I think he's in. I think they're going to check. I think they're going to put this on the injuries that they've had early. I don't think they're going to put anything that happens this year on Zach Taylor. And I think that's probably correct. They don't need to put anything that happened on him. I think he's in.
So he's in.
Yeah.
Titans, Verbal. Very verbal, right? Yeah.
Vrabel, yeah.
Very Vrabel.
So Vrabel's interesting. I guess it depends on what they thought they were going to do and when they thought they were going to do it. How I look at it is they had some good teams. They never had any great teams, and they might have even punched above their weight a couple times. But now all of that talent is getting older, and so you're going to see how their coaching really is. You know what I mean?
Question: is he in or is he fired?
I think he's in, except for if the Patriots job comes available, and then I think he goes to the Patriots.
I say fired.
Really?
I say this year is going to be, they're going to evaluate this year, and if they start cleaning house, why keep the coach?
Yeah, that's true.
Dolphins, McDaniel.
He's in. They think he's an offensive genius.
It's true. It's not bad.
Okay. Listen, he's got a high caliber of players right now. You're an offensive genius when you bring the level of players up. Those guys are playing like what they're supposed to be playing like. Hill, Waddle,
Panthers, Frank Wright.
Well, he just got there this year. Frank Wright just got there this year. I actually think they're doing okay. They don't have all the talent in the world, but
I think he's
safe.
Right? Safe. I think it's easy, right? LaFleur, Packers.
I think he's safe for this year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I agree. Campbell, Lions.
Oh, definitely he's safe. bite a kneecap off if you try to get him out of there.
Giants, Dable.
I think Dayball is safe, but I tell you, one more year. Okay.
One more year.
I think it's more the decisions by the Joe Shane, the GM. Daniel Jones was the wrong choice. Saquon was the wrong choice. They should have flipped those.
Browns, Stefanski.
I think he's okay at the very least for one more year. You think so too?
One more year. I say one more year. One more year.
But that's another position that you can let him go. Well, who wants to come into that mess?
That's why I say it's going to be at least another year. We'll see at least what happens. All right. This is a good one here because they just made some waves. Vikings, O'Connell. In or out? Fired.
They had the same core structure before he came, and he's made them better. So I think they're going to have to move off of some of these pieces. They already moved off of Cook, but I think he gets another chance. I think he stays.
Yeah, I agree. He stays. Falcons, Arthur Smith.
I think he's made a lot of bad choices. And the thing about Arthur Smith, why I'm saying he's fired, is he's got a young, great wide receiver, a young, great running back, a young, great tight end that they do not get the ball to.
Yeah, maybe two good running backs, really.
Right, with Algiers. And he's doing nothing with the team. You can't waste the youth of these guys. Quarterback's a different story, but
The word is
fired.
fired. We're gonna check. We're gonna come back at the end of the year, see how we matched up.
All right.
The Jets. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The Jets.
Yeah. I think he's going to be there. Yeah, I think he'll be there.
I think they like him. I think he'll be there.
And I think they're going to chalk this up to Aaron Rodgers being old and hurt.
That's exactly.
And I think he'll get at least another shot.
I think so. Chargers, Stanley.
I think he's fired. He's fired. You can't be a defensive coach, but you can't be a defensive guy, and that's why they brought you in. Bringing Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and then be bad. So you got to go.
I think he's gone. Ted Bowles, Buccaneers.
Oh, Todd Bowles.
I say he's safe.
Really?
I say he's safe.
I think he's fired.
I think the team, they brought in a new offense coordinator. They've been running more the ball. They technically have so far a decent record with a quarterback that everybody's given a retread. He's using a retread quarterback, Baker. And I thought Baker looked good at times. Some of the games he probably could even won that he lost. So I say he's still in. He's got at least another year, maybe two, if they could just win some more games.
Put me down for fired only because I think that team gets blown up.
Okay. All right. You say fired. Yeah. Bears. Is it Eberflus, something like that? Matt Eberflus?
Yeah, Matt Eberflus, yeah. Well, he just got there. Ugh, man, I think he's not going to be fired.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to make some wholesale changes this year coming up.
Yeah, I think so too. Cowboys. McCarthy. Fired or stay?
Yeah, I think he gets fired. I think they move on from Dak. I think they're going to bring up the defensive coordinator to be the head coach. And I think it's a whole new team. They really got to redo this thing.
I say he's safe. I say he's safe.
Really?
I think Jimmy Jones likes him. I think.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
McDaniels, Raiders.
Fired.
I don't think he's fired. I don't think he's fired. I think he's going to have one more year. G just got there, and I think he's got a year. I think he's got a year.
When your star wide receiver starts talking this much, and he's going to be gone, if not in this year, but next year, they're going to let him go before they let Davante Adams go.
Yeah, I think Davante Adams is going. I don't think they could keep him.
We got a nice spot in Buffalo that fit in perfect.
Colts.
No, he just got there. I think, in fact, their rookie quarterback sensation goes down, and Gardner Minshew has got it in there and been playing well, keeping them in games, winning games. Put it to you this way. For me, they're doing better than I thought they were going to do this year.
Yeah.
So that's coaching. The guys are playing up in my estimation, so you keep them.
Keep it around. What about Commanders Rivera?
Gone. And in fact, if I was the Commanders, I would fire him now so that you could bring in your offensive coordinator. I forget his name. He was the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. You bring him in now to see what he can do with the team for the rest of the time, to see if you want him to be your head coach in the future.
Good one.
Why bring him in cold next year and give him a 4-year contract when you can put him as an interim this year and do a little test run? Ron Rivera was the right guy for the mess that the Commanders were. He's the wrong guy for the future of the Commanders.
Texans, Ryan.
He's doing fantastic. He's staying for a long time.
Saints, Allen.
I would keep him. But I say that only because their salary cap is such a mess that it's not their fault what has happened. In my eyes, it's not his fault.
I think he's going to be around one more year. Cardinals, Gannon.
He'll be around. They already set him up to be around. I don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be their quarterback. I think he gets a brand spanking new quarterback in Caleb Williams with the number 1 first overall pick. But I think he'll be around.
We got some fires. We got some hires or keepers. We're going to see who is right, how it matches up. I think we're kind of in consensus. I think there's going to be a lot more next year, but we could be surprised.
Okay. Because I think there's I think they say on average, there's 4 spots that open up every year.
I think that may be about the same. I think we're going to have definitely 4 spots, could be 6.
Yeah.
But if everyone, we appreciate you watching us. We're continuing to try to improve our channel, try to improve our look, have some interesting topics. Please subscribe to our channel. Comment, please, to our channel. But if there's one thing you always do,
talk to a stranger about sports today.